Occupy Auckland protesters will head to court today after disobeying an order to leave Aotea Square. The Occupy group set up camp in the square in October as part of a global campaign against corporate bailouts and wealth inequality. The court order meant the Auckland Council could evict the protesters last week, but some have stayed on, while others have moved to Victoria Park and Queen Street camps. One protester who didn't want to be named says he and 6 to 10 other occupiers will stay in their tents until they're arrested.
I'm resigned to it. Someone has to stand up for everybody else's rights. The state is going to come down with all its might and swat the message that we're trying to give out to people, because the state doesn't want change, doesn't want us to raise our voices about what's wrong in society. And so they will take away our freedom of speech through the court process. So I will stand here, and all of us standing here are standing here for that reason.
The lawyer for the Auckland Council, Ross Burns, is with us now. Welcome to Summer Report.
Morning, Tim.
Another week, another court hearing for these protesters. What's today's one about?
About whether or not those who remain in Aotea Square should be committed to prison for breaching the injunction, in other words, for contempt of court.
Is a few of them still there?
So, judging by what I've just heard, it sounds like it. I was down there yesterday and there was half a dozen tents and half a dozen people, so it seems that there's still some people there. Whether they're there overnight or not, I just don't know.
So today's court hearing, how will it unfold?
Well, it's just a matter of going down and they've been served with a notice to come to the court to show why they shouldn't be committed, and we'll just have a hearing in front of the judge to basically establish that they remain there and therefore they're in breach of the injunction, and see what remedies appropriate. There's a variety of remedies, but really in this case the council takes the view that imprisonment is about the only one available. How
likely do you think are jail terms for these people?
That I don't know. That's in the hands of the judge, and I wouldn't like to prejudge that.
Can these offenders just keep defying these orders?
Up to a point, yes. I mean, one of the problems with the rule of law is that people are expected to cooperate with it, and the vast number of the protesters did. They vacated Aotea Square as they were supposed to, and that's the way that things work. But if somebody simply obstinately refuses to do as the courts tell them, then there is a slow process involved in compelling them to comply with court orders.
Are you expecting a ruling today from the judge, or you get the feeling you might have to wait again?
That I don't know. It very much depends on the judge. Obviously, it's the Christmas period. It's busy because there's just a relieving judge sitting in. It may be that whoever it is feels that they can make a ruling today. It may be that we have to wait. Again, very much in the judge's hands. And I guess the longer this runs on, the higher the costs get for the council. Yes, the council has been suffering ongoing costs. As you probably know, the area of grass on which the occupiers were camped has been very, very badly damaged, and it's easy to see that damage when you go down there. It needs to be rectified as soon as possible. And have you got a tally on how much this has cost today? Some of the things that we put before the court suggested the cost of just getting the grass back up to scratch is about $75,000. There's all sorts of other sundry expenses. I wouldn't be surprised to see the overall cost being up towards the $200,000 plus mark. Is the council going to seek damages to land and other amenities once this is all over? That's something that hasn't been decided yet. I think the priority was to get rid of the problem, so to speak, and the council, I'm sure, will look at at further measures once that's been accomplished. Ross Burns, that's the lawyer for the Auckland Council. Thank you for being with us this morning. Occupy Auckland protesters will head to court today after disobeying an order to leave